Any form of bug infestation can be a nuisance. House flies, fruit flies, and heaven forbid wasps can be a headache to anyone being invaded by these pests. You're here because you may have found yourself surrounded by thousands of flying ants in your house, and ants in your house is never a good sign. Flying ants may seem like formidable foes. After all, they seem like tiny ants on steroids. That being said, flying ants, also known as owlets or swarmers, are not as bad to get rid of as they seem. Difference between flying ants and termites. Flying ants and termites are similar in many ways, and many people mistake one for the other. Both have antennae and 4 wings. They are, however, different from one another. The flying ant isn't as destructive as the termite. The termite has wings that are the same size. On the other hand, the hind wings of the flying ants are smaller than the front wings. The one question you may be asking though, is what causes flying ants in your house? Stick around until the end of the video to find out exactly how to prevent and get rid of lizards from entering your house. What are flying ants? Flying ants are normal ants with wings. If you see flying ants in your home, that's a problem because that usually means there is a colony in the home and they are not getting ready for mating season. Since different ants have different mating seasons, you are most likely to have flying ants during seasons with high humidity or heavy rains. This is mainly in the late days of spring and the onset of summer. The development of normal ants to become flying ants often results in the formation of new colonies. Ergo, it is important that immediately after you notice a few flying ants in your house, you need to figure out how to eradicate them. What causes flying ants in your house? The reason why both flying ants and crawling ants occur is the same. They look for areas with sufficient food and moisture to establish their colonies. So the best way to prevent an ant infestation is to find their food source and eliminate it. Most species of ants feed on the ordinary foods and food crumbs left around the house. They like to set up their colony in dark hidden areas. If you see flying ants in your house, it means a colony most likely has already been established in or around your house. So, how do you take care of such a situation? So you might be asking, how do you get rid of the flying ants? Well, here are 4 methods you can use to get rid of them. Number 1. Vacuum cleaning. One of the most effective ways to deal with flying ants is to remove the colony itself. A good vacuum cleaner will suck up the ants. Once this is done, make sure that you replace the vacuum bag immediately and get rid of the old one, making sure the ants can't escape and get back to your home. Number 2. Peppermint oil spray. Another way to deal with ants is to use peppermint oil spray and dish soap to eradicate them. All you have to do is add 2 parts of water to 1 part of liquid dish soap. If you have peppermint spray, then you can add a couple of drops onto the solution to make it far more effective. The dish soap water will make sure that the solution sticks to the ants and kill them. This method is especially effective when you cannot reach the ants using a vacuum cleaner. Number 3. Glue traps. Another way to deal with flying ants is to use a sticky tape trap. If you cannot get your hands on commercial glue traps, you can use duct tape strips. Lay the strips, sticky side up, near the place where you think the ants are entering their burrow. You can use some sugar or a couple of drops of honey to attract the ants to the trap. Number 4. Replacing the damaged wood. Replacing the damaged wood is also an effective way of handling flying ants and ants in general. If you see flying ants in the winter, when they are most likely to be breeding, then there is a very high likelihood that there is an infestation of ants in the home. This is especially true for carpenter ants, which can prove to be very detrimental to the state of your home. Carpenter ants are second when it comes to the damage caused to the structure of a home. First place are termites, of course. It is important to remove and replace the decaying and rotting wood that the ants may have already burrowed into. This will remove the existing colonies present, as well as prevent the development of any new ones, preventing the return of the flying ants. If you have spotted 1 or 2 flying ants in your home or remove the colony, then there are a few things you have to do to make sure that you prevent the occurrence or recurrence of ants in your house. Number 1. Determine the source. The first thing about preventing an invasion of flying ants in your house is to first determine where they are coming from. Once you have done so, the easiest way to stop the progression of the colony forever is to pour boiling water on it if possible. Number 2. Seal the cracks in your house. Colonies are often found in dark, hidden areas. These areas include inside walls and in the basement. If you have already determined the source and destroyed it, you have to make sure that you seal every crack in the house, to ensure that there are no more ways through which the ants can enter the house. Caulk is the most effective way to go about this. You can also use any other filler that matches the aesthetic of your house. Number 3. Spray. The most effective way to prevent flying ants from intruding is to spray potential entrances and areas that may contain colonies of ants. To do so, mix 1 tablespoon of boric acid powder with a cup of water. Alternatively, you can mix equal parts of water and vinegar. Once you have obtained either of the solutions, you can spray the area where you found the ants. Either of the spray solutions will remove the scent from the region. Ants use scent to follow trails set by other ants previously. Ergo, by spraying the areas, you will reduce the scent and prevent further infestation. Number 4. Poison the flying ants. When it comes to using poison on ants, you should not use one that kills the ants on the spot. Instead, you should find a poison that the ants will eat and then take back to the colony. This way, you will be able to potentially kill the queen, which will then kill the entire colony. The main ingredient for the said poison is borax. The borax solution is very easy to make. In fact, you can do it yourself. All you have to do is mix half a cup of sugar, 1.5 cups of water, and 1.5 tablespoons of borax. Once you have done so, all you have to do is dip a couple of cotton balls into the solutions. Then leave the cotton balls in an area where you expect the ants will pass by or where you suspect they are located. You should take extra caution when using poisons, especially if you have pets or children. It is advisable to place the poison in an area where nothing aside from the ants can access it. Insecticide dust and sprays are mildly toxic to humans and pets. You should use them selectively and carefully. While applying them, you should aim directly at the visible ants and not apply the insecticide randomly. A good ant bait poison that is highly recommended is called Anthrax or Syngenta ant bait gel. There will be a link in the description below. You should also make sure that you read the instructions and follow them to the letter. This is the only way that you will be able to get guaranteed efficacy and effectiveness. If you do not use all the insecticide, make sure that you store them properly. Knowing the causes of flying ants into your house is important. And using the methods mentioned above will help you get rid of them. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video on what causes flying ants in your house and tips to get rid of them. For making it to the end of this video, if you head over to pestcontrolhelper.com/repel, you will get access to a free PDF download that lists 20 natural bug repellents that might be able to help you prevent pests from coming in and around your home in the future. The link will also be down in the description, along with a link for a great exterminator if you would rather let the professionals handle it. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button and turn on the notification bell so you get notified when we release more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.